What's up, fam? I'm Elijah Chad here. Welcome back to another episode of EXTOL WE. And this week, Elijah and
Josiah.
Keep it like fresh, like we did so many years ago. Gotta get in character. Please sounds. Okay, I'm ready to go. Dude, it's so good. Videos that went live this week were right. Connected 3.5 years ago in the past to a video called Destiny and Destination. The cool part about the video that went live was Josiah recorded a prophetic video to be posted to you all here in the future, and you didn't even know that you were making a prophetic video.
Nope.
No
idea.
So, it was so
tricked.
I was
Tricked.
Josiah
Not
ran,
really.
yeah, he rolled up to Bozeman out of things that God was taking you through. You back August 11th of 2021.
Yep.
You started in a career. It was kind of like
Potential career path. Yeah.
So
something I always wanted to try, construction.
yeah. So you came up to Bozeman, not to hang out with me, but like, what were you working through at that time?
I was specifically wanting to seek the Lord and make sure my heart was in the right place of whether or not if I should continue in construction or not. So 6 months, I told myself I have to give it 6 months. Like, that's a good chunk of time to let you know if you stick with it or you don't stick with it.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what I was going for.
Yeah.
Was seeking the Lord on such matters.
Yeah, just hung up that highlight. But so really you were just wanting to get away with the Lord, have quiet time, intimacy with the Lord.
Yeah.
Up at highlight. Not that that's important or anything.
I'm sure we'll find it at some point.
So you go up, so you roll into town February 11th, 2022, just seeking intimacy with God up at highlight. And then you give me a call and just rolling into the house. Like, what's going through your head and mind as you're rolling into that space? Call me and see if you have a space at my house to stay.
Wait, seeing if I had is that what you just asked me? If I had a spot to stay?
Like, excuse me?
I didn't have to wonder if. I knew that I did because of a statement, a covenant that you had made with me earlier, and you said that I always have a place at your house, in your house. And so I know you're a very calculated person with what you say, and you are very intentional with what you say. And so when you say a word like always, and what that actually means, it means always. Like, there is no questions, there's no explanation needed. And so I was like, okay, I don't have to worry about this. But I got a spot to stay.
Yep, shoe in, which was so awesome because that was the first time. You said one more other time that you remembered you were going hunting and you crashed at our place.
Yeah.
But that was the first
That was
time
the first time
that you done it. I love that you made this plan, packed your bag by faith, jumped in your truck, and just rolled up.
Yeah.
Called and said, "I'm commanding you. I'm coming to your house."
Yeah.
I think the cool thing about it in the testimony of the video is that during that time period when Josiah rolled in, that Friday, February 11th, 2022, I wake up in the morning. Jamin was on the way. He was like 2 weeks out. All of my kids, God had spoken a word to me about their identity before any of them were born, and then I just went looking for the name. I wake up Friday, February 11th, 2022. I'm like, Lord, I don't know if you noticed, the due date's coming up. You haven't said anything about it, so could you tell me about my son's identity? God's like, you're asking the wrong question. Like, ask me what I want to tell you. And I was like, okay. Like, do I have to say those words? What do you want to tell me? And he said, I give you freedom to name your son yourself. You can name him whatever you want. And so immediately as I received that authority, I was like, Father, so I'm free to do whatever I want. He said, yeah. So I said, Father, I want you to be a part of my process with me and helping me name my son. So then he just said, is that what you want? Because you're the authority. I said, yes, that's what I want. He's like, granted, but I'm your helper. You're in the lead. And so that came that morning. And later that day, then I had a conversation with a friend of mine here in Bozeman with a company that she works for. It's an international company. And this leader in their company reached out to me and had a conference call saying, I don't know what the identity of our company is in the earth. Could you please help us know our identity and refine who we are in the earth on that morning? 4-hour conference call. I was not looking for that. I'm not in marketing or consultancy.
Sure.
And I'm like, what is going on? hang up that call, and this guy's coming down off the mountains like, hey, I'm coming to your house to stay. I'm like, well, welcome. We got your bed ready for you. And it was so beautiful then going into that night that you and your friend Cole had been talking through a lot of things about like life path, career, and like some of the things that you guys had been talking through then sparked conversation together on that would have been Friday night, the 11th, about destiny and destination. As you can watch in the video, Destiny, Destination, that your destiny will lead you to your destination. And so as we went in, I was like, hey, you want to record beginning of season 3 with me? You're like, sure. We take off.
Sure,
and I'm like,
why not?
if Jesus was sitting on a stool, what would he say to me right now? You prophesied to me. Like, what were you thinking or going through in that space?
I just turned my heart to the Lord, and I just wanted to hear what he had to say, what he was doing, anything of that nature. So there wasn't anything in particular that was on my heart. I wasn't trying to be like, Lord, give me a prophecy or give me something that will encourage Elijah for the next 3.5 years of his life. Like, that was not anywhere on my heart. It wasn't even, I don't know, just whatever you have to say.
Mm-hmm.
I'm here.
Sorry, friends love each other, and I was like, what does the Lord have to say? And you're like, sure.
Yeah.
You know, a little bit of a pun.
Yeah.
Right
Like,
and right.
There was no agenda in going to the Lord in that moment. It was just, okay, what is it?
Mm-hmm. Which is so beautiful, because I remember in that space for me, you know, I'm thinking forward, like, this is going to be my episode that I'm going to go live with to the world in 3.5 years. And so I'm thinking through, like, what is the video to be in the future? Like, what does this mean? Like, is this going to be okay? I remember in the moment when you told me, like, right, I was like, I have no idea what that means. And in that moment, wrestled with saying, like, that's not what I was looking for. So maybe I'll just delete that, do something different.
Sure.
But in the moment that I was like, I placed a demand of grace on you. And I remember at the end of the video, I said, like, I'll keep it, I'll steward it, and it'll strengthen me in the journey. But like, I said it by faith. I was like, this is so strange. I have no idea what this means. It's not what I was looking for.
Yeah.
But then now, 3.5 years later, and having stewarded it, so excited in the future to share with you and then with you all what God has done within that prophetic word. And so as then we moved into then Destiny and Destination, I remember we got to the end of it, you know, and it was like right towards the very end. And like, do you remember what
I think I do remember that particular portion, which, by the way, I think that was recently said. What I said as far as like, you're made for such a time as this, don't doubt you're to be where you are, something along those lines.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure someone said that to me like 2 weeks before
really?
that. And I was like,
Okay.
oh yeah, that feels like a good thing to say at this moment. So
Dude, that was something somebody had told you in that
if
time
I'm
period.
remembering correctly,
Yeah.
I think it was something that was recently said to me, and it resonated with me.
Yeah.
And whatever I was going through or something, I don't even remember, but yeah.
Whipped it out. No, I mean, in the video, you can see I just looked at you. I just started like laughing because I was
Yeah.
like, "Oh my goodness, you goof nugget!" Like you're speaking like a prophet. Because then, as you know, you see in the video, in loving remembrance that I played on my parents' 49th wedding anniversary, that Josiah was so integral and pivotal to the end of that video, and that God has just linked our lives together time and time again in these profound ways. And I'm like, that was coming up imminently in the next year and a half. Exactly 1 year and a half from the end on August 17, 2023. And here's my brother, I mean, cousin by blood, but brother by relationship. But that he's sitting here with me prophesying what is before me to end it out. And in the first video, I was having such a hard time holding it together because I'm like, dude, you don't even know what you're saying.
It's because I didn't.
I didn't, but I did, tearing me up. And so I think with that, then he said, you know, don't doubt, like, time made for a time and place is this. Don't doubt the timing that you're in and where God has you. And so then now as we move forward and like all the prophetic investigation, August 11th is our grandparents' wedding anniversary, Grandma and Grandpa Scheidler. So that's their wedding anniversary. 3 months later, November 11th, 2021. My grandpa just passed away, went back, recorded the video that was the halfway point for Extraordinary Life with Elijah. And then 3, count them, 1, 2, 3, a month later, rolls up to Bozeman on February 11th to then record the beginning of season 3. That there's just this overwhelming testimony of the precision of the Lord to have you be in the right space and the right time. So the video went live on Sunday, August 17th here, 2025, right. We're recording the video on August 17th, 2025. When I reached out to you, like, what did you experience that was different in my text to you, for you and your wife, Ketty, that's been different than how I've reached out to you in the past?
You were very forward and direct this time. Like, anytime that you've reached out to me specifically to have me up to Bozeman, because I'm from Billings, so it's more of open invitation of like, hey, like, haven't seen you in a while, would love to have you guys come up. Like, let me know if there's a weekend in the next month or so that works, something like that.
Yep.
But this time it was like, hey, what are you doing this weekend? Like, this weekend, we want to have you up.
Yep.
And then I was like, oh, all right, interesting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean, not in a bad interesting, like in a good interesting. It's just, I remember even telling Ketty, it's like, he's never done this before. He's never invited me in this particular way.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if something's up.
Yeah. So I think it was so cool then, like in the first video of right, it was covenants and agreements that we have had with one another from relationship, that you said, I'm welcome in your house, and so I'm choosing to come to your house.
Mm-hmm.
But this time I was like, August 17th, you and Ketty, I want you in my house. Can you come? I think it's been so cool then pressing into this expression of the kingdom of, in Acts 2, where it says, your sons and daughters will prophesy, your young men will have visions, your old men will dream dreams. Mm-hmm. It's like, as you were coming up to Bozeman then back in February of 2022, you're being blown along by the Spirit, and you were truly prophesying to me that I'm certainly not your father. Like, I am older in the faith, and in this adventure of Extraordinary Life with Elijah, I'm way down the road from where you're at, bringing you along. Sure. So in that space, I think it was so beautiful seeing how I placed grace on Josiah's life to prophesy, and did. And so it's so beautiful to see how sons and daughters, when they prophesy, and you receive that by grace and by faith, that it helps you to see things that you might either be tripping on or not receiving. And so, like, by faith, I had to receive what you said and steward it forward. And it's blessed my life and given me an intense vision. Now, in this era, I have vision for a specific time and place. Like, it's August 17th at 10:50 a.m. MST in Bozeman, Montana. And so out of vision, I reached out to Josiah and I said, I want you in my house on this day. Like, there's no one else that I would rather be sitting next to on this day than with Josiah. Like, I want to share in this joy that God has released into the earth through our lives together. So I reached out. I'm like, this isn't like, I'm not dreaming. Like, I'm not speculating. I have vision for this day. I want you in your house. You're free to say no, but like,
am I? No, just kidding.
Am I? I wanted him in my house, and I had vision for the day. Clear vision. So I made a call. August 17th, will you come? And he's like, sure, yeah, call me to your house. Yeah. So rather than him stepping out and exercising that as a free grace, it was something I called him into. And then getting to see that then vision developed out of prophetic utterance from people that are behind you in pace or race or grace, or even younger than you in age, your own biological children. As you receive those prophecies, you make vision out of it, then it then establishes dreams, which is a vision of the future that will be carried out by people, not yourself. It's vision of the future that you yourself are not going to carry out by other people, who will receive the first fruits of those things as a result of their responsibility within vision. And so I think it's so beautiful to get to see how this got to be lived out through Josiah and I, that I have no idea what I was doing at the beginning of season number 3. It was something the Lord gave me to do, but I asked Josiah to speak into it. And it was something that I was like, I'm not sure if that's what I'm looking for. But like, I just said, but I'm receiving that from you, and I'm going to give 3.5 years of my life's investment in the grace that God has given me to search out what is that and see it be established. The thing that I think is so cool about getting to invite you guys up here, we record our video, it's like, so this coming Monday is Valentine's Day, and I was like, yep, it's like, happy Valentine's Day. That you and Ketty now have been married for 2 months.
Yeah, 2 months on Tuesday.
On Tuesday.
Yeah.
Got married on June 19th.
June 19th.
Yep,
Yeah.
which is beautiful,
Yeah.
which is your dad's grandparents'
No,
anniversary.
my grandparents.
Your
So
grandparents.
my dad's parents.
Your dad's parents, June 19th.
Their wedding anniversary.
Your
Yeah,
wedding
which-
anniversary. So like more testimony.
I didn't know that until I picked the date.
Yeah. And then he's like, hey, surprise, you got married on your grandpa's anniversary. And then it got kicked off with August 11th, which was our grandparents, Grandpa Scheidler's anniversary.
Yeah.
And then just before he came up, then I was talking with my mom about all of the stuff that God's doing. And she said, oh, the day I was talking with her is then my mom's parents, it would have been their 77th wedding anniversary.
Wow.
On the day that I'm talking to mom. So there's this beautiful confluence of how God works through family and bloodlines, and that the most powerful algorithm is family. And so it's so beautiful just to see how God is putting on display what he is releasing through his people in family and covenant relationships. That you weren't married at that time. I remember there was so many beautiful conversations that we had up at Highlight about a future bride and like your desires and like what you were dreaming for in God.
Sure.
And he goes up to Highlight, comes back down, ministers grace to me. That my friend and Christian and I here just a few months ago went up there, had a powerful encounter with God. Wow. And that then August 12th had amazing blessing that came to my life in the realm of the angelic that came up at Highlight, that was preceded by Josiah, imparted to me through prophetic acts extended way past, back to like 2019.
Oh.
And just seeing all of the stuff that God has planted in my life through Josiah as he's grown in the Lord, as I've grown in the Lord together, and then moving forward in this era, there's so many things that are still yet to come. Huge shifts that happened on August 14th, but getting to see that as we honor one another and we place grace, demand upon one another to receive grace from them through the exercise of their gifts to please the Father's heart, to know him more, that God is faithful, that he is faithful to do the work. And so that as we're recording this video, that this video is video 101. This is episode 101, and is the video
Episode 101.
and video 200 on EXTOL We. And that as I went back then and looked at the declarations in Extraordinary Life,
It's also our
Elijah,
third take.
it's also our third take, because I guess I can include some of the video of the storm, the cloudburst that hit us, and we had to like shut down, almost broke my iPad. This is our third take.
Third take, yeah.
Third take. Don't doubt the timing of the Lord. You're right in the middle of it.
Yeah.
I went back and I looked at all the videos. The start of season 4 is celebrating 101 subscribers. 101, that was the start then of season 4. And that 101 is then the absolute value of 0. That if you don't focus all of your heart on Jesus, that you seek first his kingdom and his righteousness, you're wasting your time, and your sum increase is absolute 0. That I said, that Jesus then said that we would be him, 100% of his life, plus 1, 101. And that Jesus left the 99 sheep and went out to find the one, which would be Jesus, plus the one that ran away, and the 99 is 101. And that then, out of that then, in this time period, that on August 12th, that I had this profound encounter in the angelic with this black wolf. There's this wolf pack that God has placed in my life to walk along with me, and that wolves in their righteous expression, redeemed, work together with the Good Shepherd, not to scatter the sheep, but to gather them. So as I go out on August 14th to put things in place in my pursuit of you, my fam, like God is bringing me along angelic helpers to help me to gather in the sheep that have come together as a result of experiences up at Highlight and impartation moving forward in time through this guy. And so the beautiful aspect of us moving forward to serve to please our Father's heart through the exercise of our gifts is that he's manifesting the expression of 101 in the 200th video that Josiah, as a result of my faith and grace imparted to him, is my 100% multiplied in 200%. We're a manifest testimony of the grace of God, testifying that his word is true, and that when he says, I will be with you always, even to the end of the earth, you can take that always to the bank. That if I can say that to my cousin and he can know that that's true in me, how much more so the testimony of Jesus, that when he says, I will be with you always, and nothing shall be impossible with you, step out, pack your bag, and start following him. So if you subscribe to what we're doing, and we're figuring that out one day and video at a time. So if you subscribe to what we're doing,
let us know what we're, because we're figuring it out. So let us know.
I say that often. If you subscribe to what we're doing, then hit the button, hit it, and then get it. Hit the bell as well to get notified with the new content. And if you love this video, you didn't just like it, hit the thumbs down button. Pray blessings on all of our lives together. I love you guys lots, and we'll see you in the next video.